Yes, I welcome you once again to yet another interesting episode. Now, as Sanga Fish Farm, we have a line of activities that we do, and one of those is site setting for our clients, where we give a professional touch to those beginning this trade. Now, for our experience in this, we hold people's hands and lead them into fish farming. So we usually move with people until 6 months. That is when we expect the first harvest of catfish. Many times people have gotten experience by that time. Then we let them continue on their own. At this site, as you see, we are at Kachidi, the military barracks. This is that is called the Kachidi 1st Division Infantry, where we were setting up a pond for our men in uniform after a series of rigorous training. They picked interest in catfish farming on realizing the profitability of this fish. So many of them can actually change livelihood in a very short period. When you begin in just after 6 months, you're good to go. You begin, your hands begin touching new money. Yeah, in addition to what you're already earning. So what we usually do at site inspection, we take a pH of the water around your area, the place where you want to set up your pond. We take a pH, we do soil texture, we take the starch, that is how sticky your soils are, and those are the major determinants. But what makes us so unique as Uganda, many of our areas actually can raise fish, so you don't have to be so worried about what area you have. Even those that we find a little bit more acidic, usually there is a way we handle. We use some lime. And we make those places favorable. Yeah, so after you've established the suitability of the place, then what happens next is site clearing. Many places have bushes around. Now you have to clear and make this pond. These ponds have to be in a free area, where you can't easily have predators entering into the waters. This can cause you very great losses. After that, you take measurements of the actual area where you want this pond to sit. This usually depends on the population that you want to stock. Usually the measurement is you will multiply your length times the width, then you multiply by 9. So this actually means that for every square foot you will have 9 catfish. That is the square, but remember the volume of this pond is usually 4 feet. The volume of this pond, the depth is usually 4 feet. What we are digging here is the standard size of a pond that usually measures about 20 by 40. So when a pond is 20 by 40, that usually carries around 7,000 catfish. Yes, 7,000 catfish. It can grow from there. I want you to remember one thing, that this is an intensive feeding program. You have to be feeding them. They're not going to look for their own feed. So some people usually get scared about the spacing. No, spacing is not an issue if you can feed.
Even me, I started with one pond. Before even I produced those boys. I started with one. I got 24 million. That was 2006. Yes. That's how I started my life.
Now Uganda expanding.
Yes. I'm having a pond from here to the other house.
I saw you sent.
Yes, they are 42 ponds. 42. It is like from here to the barracks.
I saw you sent.
That's why I want to invite you to come. We are going to enjoy.
We are going to
go
come.
We are there.
Let them finish this. But before even you bring them here, you shall first of all go for a tour.
Then they know that we have to do this. You people, anybody who is feeling that I'm preparing, you have to do it well.
Then from there, again we come. Here you will again be invited to come and do it. Come and again, start now.
So this one is dug by hand. Many times for large size ponds, those that are ranging from 50 by 100. Those are very, very big pools, so sometimes you need an excavator. But for this size, you can, like you see, our boys are doing it by hand. What we usually do after taking the measurements, you can get your own people, you can get your own labor at your local village, and these people will dig your pond locally at your local rates. You can agree with them. So it is not up to us. But if you want to hire us, we can again come and do that for you. We have no problem at all. We have a bigger team that caters into all this. So usually this takes about 4 days, and after this pond is properly dug, then you leave it for some 2 to 3 days for this water to settle. then we enter into the stage of pond fertilization. Yeah, pond fertilization is so key. Like I will elaborate a little later. It saves it saves on feeding. So if you don't prepare your pond, if you don't fertilize it, you're going to rely on only the feed you're going to be giving your fish. So you need it. It is so critical. It is a very critical stage, like we shall elaborate in our next episode. So I want to thank the men in uniform for giving us business. This is what we love. This is what we do. So we are inspiring future entrepreneurs. So if you're stuck somewhere, you don't know what to do next, you don't know how your business is not moving well, Catfish is here for you. The beauty is it doesn't require a 24-hour presence. You can wake up, take care of your catfish, move to your hardware, or continue to your office job. Then when you move back in the evening, you can check them, you can check out on them again and do some little feeding. Yeah, so thank you. Let's keep in touch next time as we fertilize, as we take you through the steps to fertilize ponds.
From Sanga Fish Farm. Come here in Kachiri Barracks, doing fish farming. Behind in this is environment, as you can see, the wetland. I've been approached by the officials in the army, Kachiri Barracks, like for example, Colonel House approached me from media, so that I'm here to do what is supposed to be done in this environment. So, fish farming is good. This is the only ventures where you can invest and get money, as well as you are protecting the environment in Uganda.
That's another question. How did you come to know the barracks? You already mentioned that you got contact with you know, what exactly brought you? What did you come to do?
Here, I've come here in Kachiri Barracks to do a demonstration farm in fish farming. I started with a demonstration measured 20 by 40, which carries 4,000 catfish. We shall add in some tilapia for protein. Like for example, when you stop catfish only, they can eat themselves. We put their tilapia. When tilapia produces, the catfish used to consume on that younger fish, which protect them not to be reducing in number. So the number would be 4,000 as it was, instead of being reduced in number. Because when there is no tilapia, they have to reduce the number. You are counting 4,000, like 4 tons, you get 3 tons. So this is the purpose why I'm here. And actually, we aim at demonstrating for the soldiers, like for example, who are going to retire, or any ordinary soldier who may wish, even if he's in the service, he can have other ventures at home, because everybody has a wetland where they come from. So this thing is manageable. Even your wife can remain behind the home with this project. A soldier, if you invest in this thing, for example, you are going to stock like 4,000 catfish. You can get estimation, we can get 2 kilograms each for each fish. That is 4 tons. The list is 4 tons. 4 tons, a ton now, it will cost 5 million. Those are 20 million in 6 months. Regardless of feeding much, because when you think catfish can even feed on what? On leftovers at home. So long as we provided with the young, with tilapia, because when we look around, we are going to do pond preparation. That's the formation of microscopic living organisms, the zooplankton and the phytoplanktons. As it is in the lake, because those ones in the lake, they are not providing food, but they are growing, but they take long to grow. it can take like 2 years. But here in 6 months, with all provisions are done from here. So since Kachiri, we know Kachiri is a demonstration barracks. We think our aim is that we demonstrate from here for soldiers, then others come and run to here and go with in different locations and do the same investment. So that our soldiers or our people becomes rich, as well as they are serving the country, and as well as they are getting some earnings. Because you may find that others that have big families, the salary may not be enough for them. So you have to diversify the earning by setting up this simple thing. This is simple because even ordinary soldiers can do this. In two weeks you can make this. You can excavate that. Take an example. Me, I started with this small couple. Now I'm beyond this. So that's the only advice I can give you, and that's the purpose why I'm here in the barracks.
Do you think an ordinary soldier, the question is, can you tell us the cost, the rough cost? The rough cost of establishing this project?
Thank you, sir. The rough cost of establishing this sea project, I think it is affordable. If a soldier know how to feed locally this project, you can use, for example, 2.5 or 2 million. If he is taught from here that I have to form maggots like this, I have to form fermented materials like this, I have to form pellets like this, I think if this organization would go beyond, I'll show you how you can get these things from.
Really privileged to have one of our fish farm. We met a few days ago, and we had to go into research of the idea of fish farming, demonstration of one. We had already begun this thing earlier. We began by zero grazing, in fact trying to demonstrate the 4-acre model in accordance to the Commander-in-Chief's strategy. We already made up a pasture plantation in about 1 acre. We equally made up, we have grown vegetables, we have grown vegetables, and we have set up a zero grazing demonstration farm for soldiers. We have all this all along used this to teach soldiers, members of their families, and even the community around on urban farming, because it is the only way to go, other than fighting for small pieces of land. No, this idea of 4-acre model encourages diversification. So you can use a small piece of land to plant and produce various types of crops and animals. So today, as you can see, we have offered this, and will also make us learn. We have promised to take us for a study tour at the farm. Soldiers, we have promised of about 100 soldiers, which we are very great. We have also promised to support and give us another fish pond after this, and provide everything. We are so grateful. Thank you.